Good morning, y'all. I'm Wise Man, and I'm here to talk to y'all today about King's Dominion Syndrome. King's Dominion Syndrome, in a quick summary at the beginning, would be reasonable people seeing others behave unreasonably and then assuming that behavior themselves and then demonstrating that behavior to the disregard of others. All right. That's the synopsis of it, I guess. Now we'll go into the detail. So basically, I'm Wise Man. I am the patriarch of the channel. Big Man is my partner. We are both Masons, so we are involved in a civic group. And then I am involved in many other things, which I'm not here to talk about what I do. I'm here to talk about this particular disease that affects people sometimes. So the King's Dominion Syndrome. In Virginia, we have what's it called? An amusement park. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. We got an amusement park. It's called King's Dominion. It's been there since I was little. 50 years, probably more. And it's a great place to go with your kids, or it used to be back in the day. Now there's just so many humans that when you pile them together in one place, we begin to act unreasonably because of all our own self-esteem issues come into play. So it's like you're waiting in line to go to King's Dominion in the morning, and you could be in traffic on Route 95 in Caroline County for maybe an hour. It could be 5 miles backed up, trying to get in there. Everybody at that point is generally reasonable and patient that is trying to go to King's Dominion. But all the people that are not trying to go to King's Dominion are not reasonable and are not patient because they still have a regular life that they have to take care of even when King's Dominion is open. So those people begin to act unreasonably. And what I mean by that is they're passing on the shoulder, they're sneaking their nose of their car into a place where only the nose of a car would have fit, and they had no business trying to be there. So in the mornings going into an event that's like this, or in the evening going to a concert, a lot of people are not necessarily affected by King's Dominion Syndrome because they know that unreasonable behavior could result in them not being able to attend the event. Meaning, you start acting unreasonable in traffic, and the person in front of you is even more unreasonable, you could get into a conflict that would keep you from attending the event, which you had paid your hard-earned money for and was looking forward to. All these things become disregarded at the close of King's Dominion. And what I mean by that is people that would be normally reasonable, they are now tired. They are potentially hungry. They are angry with children that have been driving them crazy for 8 hours in an event where they wanted to bring the children to be happy. So you got all these little things going on. And then maybe mom and dad don't get along so well. You got that on top of it. Or like me, maybe dad's super protective about the family, more so than he would be when it's just himself. So he's more aggressive or hyper aggressive or actually hyper vigilant. I think that's the term for PTSD sufferers. So anyway, you got all these things going on, and now you've got 5,000, 6,000 cars trying to leave a place all at one time because no one wanted to listen to Grandpa and leave at 8. That's 2 more hours of rides, Grandpa. Yeah. It's also the potential of having your car riddled with bullet holes while you're leaving because somebody got King's Dominion Syndrome and put their donkey on the shoulders. That's what I'm saying. So over the weekend, I was at an event which was not King's Dominion, and I noticed that King's Dominion Syndrome was prevailing. We run tight rules. This is the first year we ran tight rules. We were definitely keeping people hemmed in during the event to make sure that everything was safe. And at the end, I saw a single person, whether they be completely selfish or just completely unaware of the selfishness of their actions, block traffic on one of the streets and began loading their vehicle. And that eventually led to someone else taking the King's Dominion syndrome, where they said, well, this person's total disregard for all of our lives is now worthy of my total disregard for everyone behind me's lives as well. And I don't mean their life is in life and limb. I mean their life is in the things that they had to do after the event. Most people were patient. Most people were more patient than I probably would have been. There were two things I picked up out of this. Not too many people got out and helped the other people that were blocking. And while I understand, not my job, not my problem, the way I'm looking at it is, if I contribute the loss of a few calories to helping my fellow man, whether it be man or woman, mankind basically, then I will have accomplished two things. I would have spread a little bit of God's light in the world and say that not everybody's a D-bag. And I also would have set the standard for who I am. And you'll get that in a Neddard Stark talk tomorrow. But the second thing it really did was it makes it happen faster so that I can get up there to be loaded faster. But that King's Dominion syndrome, it's nasty. Don't catch it. Be above it. You're going to hear me talk about this tomorrow with the Ned Stark talk, but, you know, Paul said we're all running our own race. It doesn't matter what everybody else has going on. It doesn't matter what your perspective of what they're doing is. What matters is, you know, that thing our mamas and grandmamas told us. We can only control what we can control. So the 3 feet around you, that's basically what you get. Your arm should be close to 1 meter in length from the body. So, you know, unless you got Magilla gorilla arms like me, it's a little over 1 meter. Or you got T-Rex arms. I got one buddy got T-Rex arms. He gets real upset about that when we do things like jump rope. But it is what it is, you know. It's how God made him. And it might be why he came to me for a friend, because I'm like the Statue of Liberty when it comes to people, man. Give me your poor, your hungry, your T-Rex arms. You know, I'll take them all. Jesus loved us all, and I think that as I'm getting older and I'm beginning to really, not beginning, now I've fully embraced it, but I've really taken it on in my heart that if you give him control, most of the time you won't be screwing up. All right, hold on, y'all. I got to do a fancy backup maneuver here, and while I am a professional driver of many things, I'm also getting older, and I don't notice as much as I used to, and I don't see as well, so I like to be careful. All right. I know I just sounded like a middle-aged woman there, but trust me, as you get older, especially once you have grandkids, that stuff really changes things. My daughter gave us our first grandchild back in January, so it changed some things. You know, when she was pregnant, something had arisen, and I did a risk assessment, and I'm like, well, the payoff isn't worth the loss to the, I think at that time it was 13 to 17 people that I figured lives would change drastically if something happened to me during that period that I would have had to have taken the risk. So I chose not to do it, but you get my point. Everything changes. So, King's Dominion syndrome. I just, to me, be vigilant of yourself. Don't worry about the fool that's being selfish ahead of you. Run your own race. Do the right thing. You'll hear it in the Neddard Stark talk tomorrow night or tomorrow. I had a great revelation on Tuesday night, and it scared me, but I was like, then I remembered what Paul had said, run your own race. And I was like, you know what? I'm good with it. We don't live in, I don't even remember what the Game of Thrones world is called. We don't live there. We live on Earth. And so, Ned Stark, a lot of lessons there. I can't wait to get to that one tomorrow. All right, y'all, this has been a really long one. I'm really sorry. I'll put a code somewhere in here. It'll just be a flash code pops up, but I guess it's too late now. If you made it to this, you must be a true, faithful Dark Sunnian. Or you're too far away from your phone to have hit play next when I came up in your slot. All right, y'all, I'm Wise Man. My partner's the Big Man. Be good to each other. God loves us all right? Even when we're screwing up. And he actually loves the people that you don't like. And the converse is of that is he also likes the people that they don't like, which may be you. Once you make a choice, you begin to follow God. I'm not saying things are easy, trust me. We've lived a hard life, but it's okay. Many wise men have said before us, and I've been saying this a long time, if I'm wrong, I did a lot of reading into things, because a lot of things have happened to, for, and about me that are not explainable. And for those of you that know me and the Big Man, what we've accomplished here in this business, this comes straight from God. If you've got a package from us, you know what's on that package. You know how we feel, and you know that we took a stance. So, a little break time wisdom for you about the King's Dominion syndrome. Don't catch it. You can catch it easy. Don't catch it. Everybody else's life is important too, and we don't know if that selfish guy up ahead is just being selfish, or if his wife just called, or her husband just called and said something horrible has happened to one of the children. And in that context, there's no one to communicate that to help them to hasten their escape, to go to their points of responsibility. So sometimes it's just better to be patient, do the right thing, run your own race, and don't be part of the problem. As long as you're not part of the problem, you are still kind of technically part of the solution, all right? Because you're the one that's doing what they're supposed to do. All right, y'all. God loves us all. Love your neighbor as yourself. Be good to each other. And come see us on Whatnot or on the website, Dark Sun Clip Grip. Or if you go to the DSOVN website, it will redirect to Dark Sun Clip Grip. Right now, the integration isn't working. We got hit with the payment processor problem. We are shopping around. We expect to get the website up by the end of May, if not mid-June. But when you change over, it's a lot of money up front. And as you know, I'd rather put that money into goods than putting it into technology. But if you can't get access to those goods because I don't have the technology, then it's probably time for me to go ahead and make that purchase. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. I'll see you. I don't know if I'll do an early show today, but I might still be here at the 2 o'clock show. Y'all take care.